Thank you, and good morning. It's very wonderful to have everybody here. Welcome to our bigger event. So that's, I guess, what growth does is we outgrew some of the venues that we were able to use last year. We were very gracious to have the event at Orange last year, but we were limited in terms of who could attend. So this year we ended up coming to a bigger event, and I hope you guys enjoy the venue. So we'll start with attendees. So last year we had about 280 attendees. This year we're trending towards 400. Actually, I was just talking to Shelley, there's still people coming in and still registering. I think we're up to about 380 right now, but we do have the capacity of 400 at this venue. So a 30% growth over last year. Really great to see everyone's participation in Purple, and it's great to see the growth of the whole show. 26 demos. Randy went through the demos. We are a lot of good stuff there. I encourage everybody, we have a break at lunchtime. Everybody can go out and see the demos. 77 companies are attending the Purple Summit today. I believe that also is a record for us. But not only that, we have 16 non-member companies that are attending. So Olivia and Shelley, go out and find out all those 16 companies, and we're happy to have them sign up as members if they see something aligned their interests with Purple. If there's things we can do or questions we can answer, just contact anybody that's working with the Purple team, with Shelley, Olivia, myself, any of the board of directors members. We're happy to answer your questions. And the next, I want to give thanks out to our hosts for tomorrow at the technical day that we're having at Orange. So we're going to be hosting at Orange. Thank you, Orange, for hosting us again. I really appreciate it. We also want to thank our Platinum sponsors. They're very important to us in terms of being able to afford an event like this and to be able to give you guys the event that we're planned for today. So I want to thank Bitdefender, Calix, Kaon, Zeitzel Communications, ZTE, Sercom, Soft at Home, and Vantiva. Please give them a round of applause. And then also we have gold sponsors: Airties, Gemtech, Humax, MediaTek, and Nokia. Also, please give them a round of applause. And this event, pulling this event together, is a lot of work from our team. It's exhausting. Many days. Right after we had the event in Dallas back in May, we started working on this event right away. And it's been very tiring, and there's a lot to go into this. But especially, I want to thank Arnaud for all the coordination, securing the event. So please give Arnaud a welcome and an applause. And also Shelley. Shelley's the department of everything. She does everything for Purple. She's doing all the sponsors, and she's getting everyone coordinated and printing the badges and coordinating the lanyard. So also please give Shelley a thank you. And last but certainly not least, the wonderful Livia Rosu. She's the one who is. She lives and breathes the Purple Summit, and that's her responsibility, and all the good work that we do is because of her. Thank you. We've had a lot of changes this year to the board of directors. With growth, we've made a few changes. So I just want to go through this just so everybody is aware who's serving on the board of directors. So we have Rajnan back again for Amazon Web Services. I think this is their second year on the board of directors. We have Jason Savard from AT&T. Jason also graciously accepted to be the treasurer also after with some from prodding from myself. So I'm very appreciative for Jason's participation in that. A new board member, Mike Emmendorfer from Calex. They're the most recent board member. Very excited to have Calex on board. They represent a lot of the tier 2s and tier 3s. I think it's going to be a very important partner for us with Purple, and we're really looking forward to them. John Valdez from Frontier Communications. John was joining just around the time of the last Purple Summit in Dallas, but it was a little early for announcing that they were joining, but he's been on since June. Also happy to have them on board. Dave Barr represents Max Linear. Wojtek Mikowski from Orange. They're both old-timers. And then Wayne Daniels retired. He retired just a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to come to the summit. But Srikanth Natarajan is here. He came from India, and he's going to be the new representative for Qualcomm. Randy Zimler was just on stage. The only gold member that we have is Oscar Leal from Vodafone. And then because of the growth that we've had in terms of the number of members, we were able to have 3 silver members this year. So new member is Jean-Paul Camille from MediaTek and Peter Vendenengel from Sagemcom. And then Ian Willock was renewed. He was also a silver director from last year. And then we have John Blackford representing representing Broadband Forum. He's very important because we do a lot of work with the Broadband Forum. We want to make sure that we're very well aligned with them. And then we have the committee chairs, Arnaud Ben Saed from Soft at Home representing marketing. Livia, as I mentioned, does the work on the Purple Summit. And then Raj Dadlani from AT&T, he is chairing the product steering committee. So this is where we do all the work in terms of the new features for the next generation. So he's closed out the work for 2024, and now he's working on and promising that he's going to have the feature set for 2025 at the end of this year. And then Shelley Cohn, as you guys all know, is our operations director. Verizon. I think I got Randy. No, I got Randy. But thank you. So I just wanted to talk about the reason for Purple, and the reason for Purple is the innovation bottleneck that the operators face. So service providers, they spend a lot of time and money on this integration for CPE middleware. And so what ends up happening is they spend a lot of time and money doing that, and they don't have that time and money that they could put towards innovation. So that's where what we're trying to help. And the source of the problem is really that there's been a lack of open source carrier grade software and APIs for the operators to leverage. And that's what Purple's doing, is trying to bring those operators together. And this middleware fragmentation increases their time to market. It also reduces their vendor choices and diversity, and in the end, it costs more for them to do the deployment. So in terms of Purple's mission, our mission is to build this open source carrier-grade software for the service providers, for their CPE devices, and our ambition is to decrease the time to market and cost, while also increasing the vendor diversity and accelerating the innovation. So in the end, what are the keys for Purple to succeed? So number one, we use proven industry standards. So we're not reinventing the wheel. We're using the industry standards that the telecom industry already uses. So we're partnering with Broadband Forum. We're using OpenWRT, Linux middleware. We're also using Wi-Fi Alliance, EasyMesh. And we're also partnering with QA Cafe in terms of certification. Number two, Purpleware is our operating system that we have developed as an open source software and open APIs for the service providers. So it starts with all the software components that we work on. So I'll go through the software components that were listed in that chart. So we have Purple OS, which, as I said, is based on OpenWRT, but we have carrier-grade enhancements that we specify for the operators. We have Purple Mesh, which is a full implementation of Wi-Fi Alliance's Easy Mesh protocol. We also include a self-organizing controller. We have Purple Lifecycle Management, the software containers based on Linux LXC. We have Purple Security with carrier-grade security features. Purple High-Level API based on Broadband Forms USB TR369 for device management. And we have an SDK, an app store for third-party smart home apps. And Purpleware is when it all comes together. So you basically select Purple OS plus these other software components. You do a build, and then you have your Purpleware components, which you finally certify, do a self-certification to ensure that you have a genuine Purpleware product. The other thing that we're doing in terms of that mission and ambition is number 3 is in creating an ecosystem of service providers, OEMs, software integrators, semiconductor vendors, and application developers, so it's one-stop shopping, so that we have everybody the operators need together in one community. So you can see I broke down in terms of the size of the different categories, the largest being the box manufacturers. They're very well represented here, but we also have all the key members of the semiconductor community. We have a large representation on the app developers and software side as well. In 2024, Purple welcomed 24 new members, huge accomplishment to bring in all of these new members. It's like a 30% growth for this year. And then overall, you can see we're at 81 companies. So it's been a tremendous year for Purple in terms of our growth. And we truly have the right community here to be able to meet all of the needs for the operators. And we're still adding new companies every month. So this year we added somewhere around 2 new members every month. The other thing that we're doing, and I think is the right thing to do, is we have reference platforms. We have a fast track program at Purple where we have reference platforms available to all the developers, and that allows us to be able to do the development on these platforms, and they're actually real state-of-the-art devices, multiple WAN interfaces, either PON or fixed wireless. We're not limited in terms of any of those constraints. And then on the LAN side, Wi-Fi, Ethernet, MoCA, there's all different types of varieties as well. So the Purple software is running on actual consumer type devices, and that's where we're doing our development. And number 5, I talked about certification. What we decided was it's important to have self-certification. Certification at some of the other alliances can be very, very burdensome. It can be expensive. It can be time-consuming. So we decided from the get-go to simplify that, to do a self-certification where each vendor can do their own self-certification in concert with QA cafes, CD router tool. And then they bring in those results into the Purple certification board. We review those and end up giving them a certification, just to ease the whole process, but to guarantee that they're using a valid Purple version. So in the end, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to break the operator innovation bottleneck. So you start with building a CPE product with devices from any of our semiconductor members. You configure and build Purpleware with the Purpleware software components that I showed you. Install third-party apps from our Purple App Store to add innovation, and you'll be seeing that at some of the demos in terms of all the cool innovations that are being proposed. You self-certify with Purpleware on a CPE device, and then you deploy new technology innovations to customers. In terms of next steps, this is in the near term for what's next for next year. We're starting to work on Purple product certifications. So we want to make sure that the products that we're putting in the field are certified by Purple. and then followed by operator deployments. So we're working with a lot of the tier ones in terms of specifying the prpl software for their products, and we're hoping to have operator deployments announced sometime in the next few months. And then once great power comes great responsibility, we also have to support these in the field, right? Once we start deploying these, the rubber really meets the road, and then we know we're going to have to be able to support them and maintain them. And then we would like to add more reference platforms. We have the Qualcomm and MaxLinear platform today, but we want to add in more platforms. We know, MediaTek and others are also starting to work on their platforms, and we're hoping to add more platforms for next year. And continue to grow the App Store with more innovations. And finally, the prplware roadmap for 2025. The Product Steering Committee is working on that, and we're hoping to have that done by the end of the year. Well, that's everything I had for you guys this morning. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the summit, and thank you for your attention.